life. Thank you for love. Thank you for those who are tuned in to this live at this moment. We pray, Lord, that whoever is tuned in right now, that you bless them. Allow them to have an enjoyable time. Allow them to be able to come on here and not worry about problems and not worry about what is going on, but we know that you are taking care of it. At this moment, at this time, allow people to feel loved, to feel peace, and to smile and enjoy.
Right now, the DJ Epps and Friends Show. Weeknights at 10 p.m. with live turntable mixes and interviews. It's time to turn up your smart device and crank it loud.
Hey, yo, check this out. It's your boy Diddy. As we proceed to give you what you need, we are the world famous, the supreme, grand imperial. Hey, yo, Epps, let these motherfuckers know.
Father God, we first want to take this time to say thank you. Thank you for life. Thank you for love. Thank you for those who are tuned in to this live at this moment. We pray, Lord, that whoever is tuned in right now, that you bless them. Allow them to have an enjoyable time. Allow them to be able to come on here and not worry about problems and not worry about what is going on, but we know that you are taking care of it. At this moment, at this time, allow people to feel loved, to feel peace, and to smile and enjoy. For you said, do not be weary of doing good. So I pray that everybody sows good and reaps good, encouraging one another and looking out for one another. In your holy name we pray. Amen. This is DJ Epps and Friends. Let's go.
What up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Epps. We in the building live and direct. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Somewhat top of the week, you know what it is. Shout out to everybody that partied with me all weekend long. But at the same time, you know what I mean? You know, I had to take a little break before this Memorial Weekend. What's going down this Memorial Weekend? A lot of things going down. Memorial Weekend is a great weekend. We celebrate all year round, you know what I mean? Every year, in May, where we celebrate troops, we celebrate, you know what I mean? A lot of blessed things in life, you know what it is, all right? Today we got Ruff Endz coming on the show today. R&B sensation Ruff Endz gonna be on the show today. Matter of fact, let's get to it, man. Shout out to everybody that hung out with me this past weekend once again. I appreciate that, man. Cool Joe from Goody Mob in the building. Cool Joe was popping, homie. Weekly coordinated. They're the sponsor for the show, along with Positivity Water. You need that alkaline water in your life, all right, man? You know what it is.
Yo, what's up, brother? What's going on?
What's going on, fam?
Man, how you feeling, brother?
I'm blessed. How you feeling?
Man, yes, you are blessed, man. We are blessed. We got air. We got air in our lungs. We woke up this morning, man. We blessed. Got a lot to be thankful for, man.
Definitely, man. Before we bring your partner in, go ahead and introduce to everybody. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get my guy in here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, my name is DaVinci. I'm one half of Here We Go. Here we go.
Good. There we go.
That's what's up. What's good, brother?
What up?
Go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves right quick, and then we just gonna parlay and we gonna kick it.
Yeah, I'm DaVinci.
And I'm Chi, or Chio, however you want to call it.
Indeed. And we're Ruff Endz, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So, Chio, I would think that's my Latino friend up the block here in Miami, man. Where Chio come from?
Oh, man, it started with Paul. David over older brother Paul. Amazing guitarist. I grew up with the nickname Charlie Brown.
Right.
Started calling me Chi. had a conversation with him. I'm like, oh, it's deeper than I thought. It really embodied who I am for real. Like, you know, it means life energy, like Tai Chi. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it went from Chi to Chio to Chio Bay.
Got you.
So, yeah.
Got you. First of all, guys, man, thank you for coming on my show, man. You know what I mean? You guys are not going to remember it. We met once in our prime, in our golden era. You guys came to Miami. Y'all rocked out. Y'all hung out. Had a meet and greet, you know what I mean? And we happened to kick it and say what's up to each other. But it was probably over 2 decades ago, so I'm not going to even hold you guys to remember me, you know what I mean? But as a DJ, I have to tell you that you guys are one of the best R&B groups to come out ever.
Oh man, thanks, bro. Appreciate the love, brother. That's a big that's a big shooter, Phil. You know, I appreciate that, man. I'm humble. You know, we are here because of so many other groups, you know what I mean? So we're glad that you see something in us, man. So
Definitely, man. You know what I mean? We had still have a lot of R&B groups out there, but you guys definitely stood out in my DJ crate, my R&B crate, you know what I mean? Some of your songs definitely had to be on rotation. A lot of new kids might come on my show right now and be like, who's this? Well, we're going to have to introduce you guys. This is Ruff, Endz, one of the legendary R&B groups out there. If you ever heard of 112, if you ever heard of Jagged Edge, if you ever heard of Genuine, if you ever heard of Donnell Jones, you had to put Ruff, Endz in that category as well.
appreciate the love, man. For sure.
No doubt.
Take it back to the good old days.
Yeah. So how did Ruff, Endz, let's start from the beginning. How did you guys come together and created Ruff, Endz and you know what I mean, came out with that hot single?
Go ahead, Dante. You started off, brother.
Started in high school for real. High school, man. Our high school days was crazy up Southwestern. There was a lot going on. There was a lot of fighting and shootings, and they was mixed 2 schools together. It was crazy.
What city was this? Baltimore?
Baltimore, man.
Yes.
Yeah, Baltimore. It makes sense.
It was like that in Baltimore? Like a lot of... Come on, man. You guys had to be making babies out there, man. You know what I mean? The music y'all was kicking, people should have been making babies, not fighting.
When they had time to, I guess. I don't know. But
Baltimore was crazy.
So I was kind of hanging in the streets, you know. I was hustling and doing things in the streets, and
Right.
and David, he's lived in the same neighborhood. You know, our families lived in the same neighborhood. So my family was more like hood, street. David family was church, mother, father, pastors, had a couple evangelists, brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, we was like the yin and the yang for real. Like no exaggeration. You feel me? So I made an agreement with my mom to get my diploma. Like that's always been our thing. You know what I mean? Right. To this day, like, you know, you can do whatever you're gonna do, but you need to take care of your agreements. You know what I mean? Right. Take care of, you know, keep your word. Which was, no matter what I did in the streets or what I did, whatever the case was, I was gonna get my paper. So
right.
Back in school, they didn't even have my paperwork. Found my paperwork, put me in school. Like the first or second day I came to the school, I wasn't even all the way in there. I just like up to school hanging out on some on some hood type shit. Bro. So I heard somebody singing in the music room. Bang. David and like 2 other guys was in the music room. David playing the piano. They learning these harmonies and stuff. So I come in the room, slide on one of the chairs. I'm just sitting there, I'm just listening, like, And I'm looking, I'm like, I know this dude. I know this dude from around my way. This one of the church people from down there on the corner, right?
Yeah.
So he like, yeah, yo. He's like, what's up, yo? I'm like, what's up? He's like, you sing? He's like, yeah, I sing a little bit, whatever. So we start messing around, and I was into like writing and freestyling and stuff like that. So I kind of like freestyled a part to what they was writing. He was like, you wrote that? And I was like, no, I was just making it up. And you know what I mean? That like sparked something right there. Like, and from that point, we basically really, really started writing music from that point. Like, to be honest with you, you feel what I'm saying? Because from that point, for me, it started becoming an obsession. Like, I got somebody I feel like that's musically inclined that can match me or take what I'm trying to do to the next level. You feel what I'm saying? Because he was playing the piano, teaching them harmonies. I knew some harmonies, you know what I mean? But I didn't know a lot of complex harmonies. This dude's family, I'll go visit him, his family, his mother and brothers. He come in the door, David, hold this note. And she coming, sister sing opera.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get in that, son. I'm trying to get in that. What's up? You feel what I'm saying? So it started an obsession that really saved my life for real, because it pulled me away from the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's something else sparked my interest. Like, hold up, I can do this. I can do this full time. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of started from there, from high school. We had a group. Go ahead, Dave. I don't want to tell all the story.
No, go ahead. Keep going, brother.
So basically, high school was a phase that was kind of crazy because I was behind 2 years. The first year I was in school, I was still in the streets. So they failed me the first year, right? JLTC, Mr. Smith, I'll never forget, my man, appreciate you. He gave me 1 credit. He said, I see what you're trying to do. I see you torn between the streets and trying to do the right thing. I see your heart in the right place. He gave me 1 credit. I'll never forget this. So I came back the next year. By the time I finished that year, the group had gotten so serious. No, put it like this. Me and Dave had gotten so serious, the group was kind of falling apart because one guy, Will, his mom ain't want him singing secular music. She was like, you ain't eating dinner at the table type stuff. She was talking something next level. Like, he was like, I can't do it. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't going, my parents, I ain't, ain't that kind of situation. The other guy, Ronnie Henson, I don't know, I think he was moving. I know he was dealing with something at the time, but I know it didn't work out. You feel what I'm saying? But me and Dave was getting so serious about our vibe sessions and writing. We was writing so much music so fast. I seen it. I saw the vision like, yo, we about to do this. Like like I had the eye of the tiger, like, yo, we about to do this. So true story. I graduated high school in 2 years. They failed me in the first grade for conduct. I was throwing chairs at the teachers. I had.
Oh, you was one of those throwing the chairs at the teachers?
I had temper problems, man. They was making fun of my lips.
Oh, man.
They was making fun of my soup coolers. I was a young kid with big lips. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the people battling mental health, man. It's for a lot of us, it's real. You feel what I'm saying? So
he said soup coolers
about my lips because she knew it bothered me because I was a little skinny, short kid with big lips. You know what I mean? Kids already said enough. They had 1,000 names, soup cooler, inner tube lip, all kind of. They had 1 million of them. You feel me? But for the teacher to do it, I zapped out. So failed first grade, failed 9th grade. I'm thinking like, if I get serious about this group thing, David's gonna graduate 2 years before me. Got with the counselor. We did Saturday schools on, on the weekends, and then we did flex class, which was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So when everybody was going home, I was going to another class. I did that for 2 years to catch up. You feel what I'm saying? So missed junior prom, went straight to senior prom. Like, I had a bunch of stuff compacted. But the prize was I knew that we was gonna make it. I'm telling you.
You
So,
saw it a mile away.
so whether the group worked or not, which the group really didn't work because we wound up getting other people in the group, you know, just to fast forward a little bit, a good friend of ours, Ruff, he was doing it. He was doing it big. He had songs on the radio, Let's Get Personal, and What Goes Around Comes Around. He was doing videos with Chris, what's his name?
Chris Robinson.
Chris Robinson, before he was like big Chris Robinson. The guy that filmed Jesse Torrio, that filmed Someone to Love You, and a bunch of stuff he did before he was real big. You know what I'm saying? So filming videos for Ruff round our way. I was in both of the videos actually. Little dude. So he told us, he said, look, man, I see y'all trying to work it out with these groups. It ain't really working out. He was like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You feel me? Y'all, you should do it with just y'all. I know it's like a scary thing for y'all. Y'all want the group. You know what I mean? And I think he mentioned Sam and Dave then, but I didn't know who he was talking about. I had no idea who Sam and Dave was. He was like, you know, his groups, da-da-da. Sam probably said something like that. It just went over my head, and I'm just thinking like, yo, we gonna be out there with 2-man harmony, no 4-man. You know what I mean? Drew Hill had just came out before us. It was other groups out there, 4-man. There wasn't no 2-man groups. I'm just looking like, he was like, listen, y'all could do it, man. Y'all be killing it. Ruff told us this. So from that point, we was Dave and Brown that turned into Ruff Endz. You know what I'm saying? So
Dave, obviously Dante, you know, learned a lot, you know, from you and where you came from, and you know, you guys growing up together. Go ahead and take over this story, man. Did you feel like did you feel like you saw the vision he saw, like it would be just y'all two and y'all be holding it down?
No, we never wanted to be a 2-man group. You know what I mean? Jodeci and Boyz II Men was like our 2 favorite of all time. You know what I mean? I would say. I mean, we had so many influences, but I would say for me, they were like my 2 fave. You know what I mean? Both of their projects and their 2 groups. You know what I mean? So, you know, just imitating them. You know what I mean? We wanted the harmony. You know what I mean? Coming from a family that I came from, you know, growing up harmonizing, harmony was like something I loved to do. You know what I mean? So we was trying to have a 4-man group because we was trying to battle with what we saw, you know, on the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when it didn't work out, it was really disheartening. Like we was really, you know, let down for real. You know, not knowing that it was all a part of the plan. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Let me add this real quick for somebody in the comments. When we decided to do the 2-man group, when Ruff told us this, right? Jodeci was still Jodeci. This what I want you to understand. When we was in the process, I'm talking when things got popping, we had the name Ruff Endz, we was on the way to get the deal and the whole thing. Jodeci broke up and it became JoJo and KC before we came out.
Exactly. That's facts. That's facts.
I saw it in the comments.
Because look, when we got signed in 1999, we didn't come out until 2000. So it took us a whole year to work on our project. We was working on our album for a whole year.
It was like 98, bro. It was like 98.
It was the end of 98, but it was really beginning of 90. Yeah, end of 98 and
We was
early
doing
99.
Pinocchio. We did the soundtrack with Pinocchio for Blue Streak. That was like...
It came out in 99. Yeah, that soundtrack came out in 99.
Yeah, and we did it in 98, yep. Yeah.
So moving fast forward to now, and then I'm glad to see you guys still doing it. You guys still working the streets. You guys still doing concerts.
Sure, man.
It's still looking good, fresh and green, holding it down. The vocal cords, I'm hearing it. It's still on point. You know what I mean? You guys got the latest album, Rebirth.
Indeed, Rebirth.
Talk to me about Rebirth.
So Rebirth. So shout out to our counterparts. You know what I'm saying? SRG. Clyde. He came up with the name. The guy that basically gave us our situation over SRG, who's an incredible musician in itself. So his ear is crazy. So Rebirth is basically the reemergence of Ruff Endz. Like, you know, we did some things online that we launched ourselves, but now we got with SRG, we got new management, and, you know, we definitely built things to a level over the couple of years before we got the situation. You know, we had our own team and we was doing our shows and all of that kind of stuff. So, but when we got to deal with SRG, we still felt like it was the real new beginning. You feel what I'm saying? It was basically pandemic. Pandemic we was coming back from. The reemergence of basically our vibe. I mean, don't get me wrong, we did some incredible things on the Soul Brothers album, which you gotta get that too. If y'all don't know about that Soul Brothers album, get that on all streaming platforms. But the Rebirth project, I think we really fell back into our groove, our niche. It's like creating as brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like I'm really one of his biggest cheerleaders when it came to him playing instruments and doing tracks. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like he stepped it up because it's like, yo, you getting crazy writing. Like, and I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna write no trash to a hot track, and I'm telling you it's hot. So it was that yin and that yang type of thing, and we really used it to our advantage, you know. And I know his mother and his father always said, like, you grow up, you're gonna play all these different instruments. You know, she put a calling on his life. You know how church folk, calling on your life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I constantly, as his best friend, remind him of that. Man, you pick that guitar up, you play the piano more. Like, oh, I don't play like, man, you gotta play like Liberace, you gotta play like Elton. You know what I mean? Man, you sound better than most.
Yeah.
So I used to always push him. So for me, the Rebirth album was finding a piece of that kid, David Brown. See, to me, we always gonna be David Brown, to me. Like, aside from Ruff Endz.
Right.
David Brown is bigger than Ruff Endz. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
we found David Brown. We was in the joint banging them out. You know, we did like what, 30 or 40 songs or something like that, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we picked, you know, what, 12 for the album or something like that. Like, so we always over-record to the point where we try to make it difficult to decide what's going to be on the album. That's what we feel like a good album is. You know what I'm saying?
Understood, man. Everybody get the Rebirth album. It's out right now. Everybody follow my guys at official Ruff Endz, one of the hottest R&B group till this day. So I had Crazy Bone recently on my show, and you know what I mean, he let me know about the new single that you guys did together. You know what I mean, Your Body. Talk to me about that record.
Indeed, Your Body, man. It's a song I produced for the Rebirth album. And we was actually in the studio, and we finished our verses. And, you know, like, after you finish the first, you know, your two verses, in R&B, usually there's like a bridge or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we ain't really write no bridge to it. It was just like a little space, you know what I mean? So we were just listening to it, and then the hook would come in. We was like, yo, wonder who would be, yo, we should maybe get a rap on this joint. And then some way or another, we started singing that, to the track, we started singing that, boom, 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 boom. Tell me what we gonna do. You know, tell me what, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Tell me what we gonna do. Yo, we started singing that to the track. It fit so crazy to the beat. It was like bananas. We was like, yo, oh my God, if we can get Bone Thugs on this joint. Then we looked at each other. We was like, we both said it at the same time. Crazy Bone.
Right.
It was like, oh my God. And then, so what's crazy is our shout out to She the Baddest, who is on the line right now. She is the one that really connected us with Crazy Bone, because we was thinking about it. But when we got on the line with her, she the one that made it happen. We was like, yo, we working on the song. I don't know if it was live. I forget how it was, but she working around.
No,
there in the line right now.
There's one Crazy Bone fan, and
We hit it. We hit it.
Crazy Bone fan.
We hit it in the DM. Listen, we hit in the DM. Look, see, if you know that She the Baddest, right? She the Baddest is she's a music lover. Let me just say that. And I shout out to all the music lovers out there, man. Y'all keep us going. Let me say that one more time. Y'all light our fire. Like Charlie Wilson say in Outstanding. You light my fire. You know what I'm talking about? So she's a music lover. She's the type of person that will go out and get the Ruff Endz. Check me out. The Ruff Endz shirt with the Ruff Endz mask. The match. You know what I'm talking about? For the release of the album. You know what I mean? That's love. I ain't talking about, people mess up the whole concept of what a groupie is,
Right.
It really was the hating girls. The haters really messed that up. Oh, you are da-da-da. Listen, she got a man, she got a husband, all of that. She is a music lover. You hear what I'm talking about?
Right.
So she's a big fan of Bone Thugs. She made me start listening to Bone Thugs more. Because I be looking at that joint. She be posting stuff from Crazy. That's her favorite, one of her favorite groups. So I was thinking, like, you know what? I was like, that's an easy connection. I was like, listen, we trying to do this joint. Do you got information or plugged or whatever? Man, listen, I think she DM'd him and he hit her right back and made the connection. When we got him on the phone and he heard the joint, it wasn't like he was like, yo, it's fire. He was like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? It was like we was old homies or something when we got on the phone.
Right.
And so shout out to the whole West Coast. I ain't got nothing but love.
Shout out to the whole Bone Thugs, man.
We did both our videos.
We was former label mates with them on Epic. When we was on Epic, Bone Thugs was on Epic as well.
That's right.
So we never got a chance to really work together, but time, it came full circle. You know what I mean?
Shout out to
our girl Byrne, uniquely coordinated. I heard she helped made it happen in New Jersey for the video and everything.
Oh yeah, for the video, exactly. We got to get to that part. You know what I mean? So when it's crazy, She the Baddest helped with the actual song, but when it came to the video, uniquely coordinated really came through, man. She was actually doing a CD listening party for Crazy Bone in New Jersey. And I happened to see it online, man, and we just made it happen, man. She really put the whole thing together. She actually, wherever she was staying, she had a hotel out there. I think it was I forget the name of that hotel. It was just right at the tip of my tongue.
It was a nice, classy joint, though.
Yeah, it was a real nice hotel.
She take care of us.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got everything done, man. I mean, it was a I made some calls. I had a couple connects in Jersey. So, I got some locations and, we made it do. It was a video I directed as well. My mentor came out. It was a blast, brother. We got some models from the Bronx came through. We had some Jersey models come through. You know what I mean? It was good.
Awesome.
Rashida Wallace who came through.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
And shout out to Crazy Bone, man, for coming through, man, and just doing it. He stayed out all day. Stayed out, even late till that evening.
It was 14 degrees. Let me just give a shout out. Listen, let me just make this real clear. I like how they doing a lot of behind the scenes, like shows, reality shows. You feel what I'm saying? But let's be real clear. It was 14 degrees, man. Listen. I'm saying shout out to everybody involved. It was 14 degrees, man.
They showed out and showed love.
What I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Woo. You feel me? That's you. I'm talking Crazy. I'm talking the models, whoever involved, like Troy Patterson, Robert Artist, Rashida Wallace, all the ladies involved, man. Listen, 14 degrees. When you smiling on camera and you like, oh, y'all had such fun. The video was so nice.
Yeah, it was cold. And crazy was out there with us at the cold, man. So you know what I mean. That just goes to show the love. I mean, it wasn't like he he a legend. So it wasn't like he was, you know what I mean. He could have took us to the bank for real. He just was like, yo, on love.
Right.
So,
well, hopefully, next time y'all can come to Miami in the hot weather where we you know what I mean, in our tank tops and you know what I mean?
Oh, yo, we definitely got your number now, nigga. So you know it's all good. I'm gonna be like, yo, I need some rides. I need a good, we need a mansion or something. We on our way. Goddamn.
It's too easy. It's too easy. Everybody, if you just tuned in, these are my guys at Official Ruff Endz, one of the hottest R&B, legendary R&B groups out there, man. Shout out to my man David. Shout out to my man Dante. Guys, I appreciate you coming on the show for a hot second, hanging out with me, man. Whatever music you need pushing out, you know how to get in touch with me. Let's make it happen. Let's get you guys out here in Miami. Come hang out for a little bit, whatever the case is. I'm going to make my way to Baltimore soon and come hang out with you guys. And please, everybody, go get that album Rebirth out right now. Anything else you guys want to promote before you guys get up out of here?
Yeah, real quick, we got a new song called Congratulations that we're going to finally go on the radio with this record. Scola De Niro, formerly of the group Drew Hell, they together now on the road. Check him out, but he's actually featured in this video. He's actually starring in our video. It's called Congratulations. It's going to be dropping. We'll be days away from dropping. So stay tuned. Follow us at Official Ruff Endz. Go get the new album Rebirth, and stay tuned, man. We check us at a stage near you.
Definitely, and go check out the new video out on YouTube right now. Ruff Endz featuring Crazy Bone, Your Body. Joint is crazy.
Appreciate the love, man.
Yo, you know what it is, family. Y'all stay blessed as usual, man. And thank you again for coming on the show, man. I really appreciate that, man.
You already know, man. Thank you for having us, brother. Appreciate the platform.
Everybody, this is Ruff Endz. Please follow them. Hey, they doing features too, man. Get with my guys, all right? Yo, guys, have a good night, man.
You too, brother.
Bless.
So yeah, man, this is the #1 DJ show on Instagram, DJ Epps and Friends, Monday to Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Your boy DJ Epps holding it down. That was Ruff Endz. Big time R&B group. Big shout to Uniquely Coordinated, sponsored the show today, along with Positivity Water. You need that in your life, all right, man? You need that Positivity Water in your life. I'm not playing with you. This is the new alkaline water. Everybody's talking about it. You see it on the Breakfast Club. You see everybody drinking it. This is it right here, man. Get with the alkaline movement. Alkaline water by Positivity Water. Uniquely Coordinated. Burn, I appreciate you. Ruff Endz, thank you again for coming on the show today. All right? Let's get my man Alpha Villain. Tomorrow, Fresh Kid is going to be on the show tomorrow. You know what I mean? He's going to hold it down for all my Zoes tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, so make sure you tune in to that. All right? Big shout out to my man Fresh Kid. He's going to be in the building tomorrow night. Don't want to miss out on that. All right? Also, next week, Young Hump, Money B, Digital Underground will be in the building with me next week, Tuesday, 10 o'clock on the #1 DJ show. Shout out to Young Hump. Shout out to my man, Money B. Shout out to everybody over there on the West Coast. Yes, you know what it is. MK, what's up, baby? Yep, Young Hump, Money B, Digital Underground will be with me next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. You don't want to miss out on that, man. You do not want to miss out on that. Shout out to my man, Money B. Shout to Shot G, rest in peace, my brother. You know what it is, all right? Also, man, we got the Whiteout Party. Everybody talking about August 20th. Saturday, August 20th. We got a while. We got a minute. But get your tickets. All right? Get your tickets. All right? I'm going to celebrate my guy, Don P. official birthday party. That's my guy. And, you know what I mean? It's going to be crazy. So the Whiteout Yacht Party, you need to be there Saturday, August 6th. Excuse me, August 20th. August 20th. We all know what August 6th is. I'll get into that in a minute. Hey, V, what's up, baby?
What's poppin'? What's poppin', bro?
Everything good, man. How you been?
I'm good. I'm grinding. You already know, putting in that work,
Oh,
my
man,
nigga.
you forever putting in
Shout
that
out
work.
to Team Epps.
Yeah, man. They in here, man. Everybody, this is Tuesday. You know what we do on Tuesdays, man? We chill with my guy, AV, Alpha Villains. Let me pin it right there so y'all can start following him. That's my guy. There we go.
Salute. Appreciate you. Yeah.
Maybe we just had legendary group Ruff Endz in here. Not too many DJs could get Ruff Endz on the live.
Man, that song No More, man. That if they would have released that song right now with the climate, with dudes and women are acting right now, man. They need to re-release that track right now in 2022 so we can tell these broads no more. No more shopping sprees.
No more
late night creeps. Yeah, don't get it twisted. Like, it's over. Y'all don't deserve none of that shit now. So Ruff Endz needs to remaster that. Maybe put We Them Zoes in there for the remix. Let's get that shit popping, my nigga.
What's good? We only got a little time, but a lot has happened, and we haven't even been with each other for the past couple of weeks because of our busyness with Haitian Heritage Month. Of course, you know you got one of the hottest breakfast morning shows on YouTube and all platforms right now. Of course, stay booked in the streets, but I'm glad we got to get it back on today. Next week, we got Digital Underground going to be in the building with us. It's going to be crazy. What do you want to talk about? Where do you want to start, man?
Man, let's start out with the. I mean, we haven't been together in a while, man. But my condolences go out to obviously the families in Buffalo and the new families in Texas, man. I mean, right now there was a mass shooting in Texas, man. That shit really hit me because again, I got a sensitive spot for kids, man. Because first of all, senseless violence is never okay, but when it comes to children, man, I have a really soft spot for them. And it appears that there's 18 dead and 3 adults are dead. So. This was an 18-year-old guy in Texas that went to an elementary school, man, as a senseless act of violence, man, and killed all these innocent children, man. And, now everybody's saying we need to get gun reform laws. We need to have stricter gun laws and shit like that. And I agree with that on one hand, but what about us gun owners who own guns who need to protect ourselves? Because there's a lot of people out here doing crazy shit. So, and although this may sound insensitive, my condolences go out to everybody, but guns aren't necessarily dangerous. It's the people that are holding the guns that are dangerous. So I don't have an answer, but I don't think taking guns away entirely is an answer. I think we have to our president has to kind of do a better job. And it's because what's going to happen now, Epps, is now it's just going to be a bunch of copycats, my nigga. And now we don't know what's going to happen. School's going to be almost over for people down here in Florida. Everywhere else is going to be shortly after.
Right.
And the school resource cops, if you guys have kids who go to school and shit, there's only one cop. He's fat. He's not even in shape. So we need to do a better job as a community, man, as a country, man, to really just have a little bit more stricter guidelines to protect our children, protect innocent lives. Because at the end of the day, man, there's no rhyme or reason for the shit that people do, man. But but we will, by the time we figure out why, it's too late.
Yeah. Everything you said, I exactly agree on, man. And we send our condolences to everybody in Buffalo and in Texas. It's crazy situation. Big shout out to Hakeem Green from Matt. From
Peace, my nigga.
Channel Live in the building.
Yeah, I fuck with Hakeem.
Yeah,
Word.
I see you in the building. Shout out to everybody else in the building. Officially Visionary, I see you as well. What else? Oh man. Sorry, I'm a little excited. Rough Endz was on.
Nah, you good, man. There's so much going on, man. It's just,
What's up with your man? James Butler, the boxer, sucker punching. Richard Grant. Did you see that?
Nah, I didn't see that shit, but I did see.
I put it in your DM. Check it out right quick. For all boxing fans out there, boxer lovers, even boxers themselves. Listen, once that bell rings, you take your win or your loss, and you take it home with pride. All right?
Right.
You take it home with pride, and you live to see another day. Now, when the bell rings and they announce that person's hands, and they raise his hand, say he's the winner, that other boxer should not come over with no gloves off and sucker punch the winner. That's
yes,
and Haitians. We're both Haitians right here. Haitians
right.
eyes, and I'm pretty sure in any man's eyes, you're a pussy. That was very
Big
wrong.
facts.
That was absolutely wrong. We don't agree with that.
Big facts.
And you're a sore loser. That's the perfect word for it. A sore loser.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's another thing, too. It's like a lot of people don't have any integrity. The art of integrity, the art of having a standard is gone, right? So it's kind of like the wild, wild west. There's no more sportsmanship. There's no more playing fair and dirty. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, we live in a country and a society right now where people don't learn. People would rather learn from a win than a loss. And that's not how it works. Right. We always learn from losing. We don't learn from winning. So at the end of the day, when you lose, it really teaches you that, what you need to do is improve. But a lot of people want to learn from winning. So it's kind of like when we look at the internet apps, everybody's stunting on YouTube, everyone's stunting on the IG and shit. But when you see them in person, they in debt, they don't look the same. So at the end of the day, man, you got to have integrity. And if we all, start to do that one by one, we'll realize that you learn from losing, not winning, man. So, yeah, that's just crazy.
Definitely. Big congratulations to Rihanna and Travis Scott. They had their baby boy, you know what I mean? A lot of people was underneath the rock. They didn't know that they have it. They had the baby.
Right.
Congratulations to them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they moved to Barbados now to raise the baby. They're moving to Barbados, man. Listen, man, God bless Rihanna and Trav, you know what I mean? Like they did their thing. ASAP, rather. I think that if you have the luxury and you have the opportunity to raise your kid elsewhere outside of the United States temporarily, why not? You know what I mean? The foods are not as contaminated. There's not the hormones in the foods and shit. The air is better. It's a little bit more peaceful. And Rihanna, I mean, that's where she's from. She's probably a queen over there. She's a queen all around the world. So in Barbados, he's probably going to get that breast milk. You know what I mean? All those natural elements that kids needs, man, because a lot of kids right now, they unhealthy. And speaking of unhealthy, what's up with this monkeypox, though?
Yo, what is that, man? Like, somebody was saying that it's really a sickness or
homosexual,
a STD type thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation occurring right now. They're saying that it's prevalent in homosexual men, right? Homosexual men. But there are some other cases as well that are occurring. It's like chickenpox, but it apparently originated in the Congo. So, but it's early stages. It's early stages, right? There's a lot of theories about it now. You know what I mean? So just be careful. You know what I mean? We're not out of COVID is still continuously spiking and going up and down and shit. So, if you're pro-vax, you're not vaccinated, just make sure that you're careful because now we got this monkeypox and we don't know what that's going to happen. So all you hustlers out there that are enjoying outside, God forbid something happens, make sure you guys stay in your creative bags because gas prices are going up. Food is crazy. So at the end of the day, man, you got to keep grinding and keep hustling, man, like we doing to try to figure out what's your next plan of action so that way you're not caught with your pants down.
Correct. Little Meech got arrested for fraud. I don't know exactly what it was about. And I think his big brother that plays the role, his big brother in the movie actually bailed him out. But is it true that he's gonna get 60 years, or they're just trying to, make something big out of, the real Big Meech? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think when I first saw it, and I'm getting better at this. Or whenever I see a story, because Epps and we usually trade stories. Just for topics to be in the current events when we do our show all throughout the week. At first, I was a little.
We're gonna get into that. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah. Real quick. I think he meant. Basically, I think it's for publicity, bro, because they spun it around. Apparently, he traded in his $80,000 Rolex and put it down for an Audemars for $225,000. But allegedly, he tried to sell it before he actually owned it. So I don't know what happened, but they spun that around. But Da Vinci, respectfully to Da Vinci, he's a fellow Zoe. He ain't got $1 million in bail money, my nigga. So at the end of the day, it's all for BMF season 2. You know what I mean? Monique coming on there and shit like that. So 50's the king of trolls. You know what I mean? And I know that even though it may be in his bloodline, Lil Meech, there's too much riding on his legacy, on Big Meech's legacy, for him to drop the ball like that, my nigga. So it's all for publicity, bro. Let's not play that game.
You could be absolutely right.
Hey, you never know.
So a Wu-Tang member, not a Wu-Tang member, excuse me, a Wu-Tang Clan studio worker who spent 23 years in prison for being accused wrongfully for a conviction in New York. And New York now pays him $7 million.
Okay, thank you, bro. What say you on that, man? Is $7 million worth 23 years in prison, bro? We're not talking about TGK. We're not talking about fucking, you know what I mean, Broward County jail, nigga. We're talking about prison.
A year is worth it.
You know, if you have, I mean, to get compensated, it's still not enough, because who knows? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, prison is prison, bro. So 23 years, all the trauma shit that occurs, but I mean, at least he's getting something. But this is what I'm talking about, man. You know what I mean? Like President Biden with the guns and all this shit. And again, this isn't necessarily a black or white thing, but wrongfully accused, because white people and other races get wrongfully accused as well. But our justice system, man, is so flawed. On one hand, we need it, but on the other hand, there's so many loopholes, man, and so many things happen that wrong people are incarcerated. But on the flip side of that, Epps, people who are guilty are free.
Right.
So it's a fucked up situation nonetheless, man. It's crazy.
7 million, 23. You know,
I'll take it. Let's not get it twisted,
but
course,
but still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think anybody, including himself, could have been like, you could have gave me some more mills, like, you know what I mean?
At least, word, because you take the taxes out and shit like that. But at the end of the day, man, at least he's exonerated, man. He gets to live out the rest of his life, man, because life is very short, as you know.
Yeah,
it's very unexpected. So, it's crazy. But yo, did you see Caitlyn Jenner? Caitlyn Jenner did an interview recently on a podcast, and she was talking about how Kanye West, and I'm gonna talk about this on my show tomorrow too, how Kanye West was a difficult person to live with. Even though he got along with Kanye, he was like, yo, Kimberly called it. Kimberly has been through a lot with all her men, and she deserves to be happy. And Pete Davidson really treats her good, and he's the opposite of Kanye West. So I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask the chat a question as well.
Right.
Can two alphas, quote unquote alphas, live together? Because you got Kim Kardashian, who's a boss, and then you got Kanye West, who's a boss, right? They're both billionaires, roughly. And, he was difficult to live with. So at the end of the day, my question is, can two alphas live together? And can they be compatible for a long-term relationship? Or does one person have to be a little bit more alpha than the other?
That's a good question. I ain't think about it like that.
Let's leave it to the chat too.
Yeah. Go ahead, chat room. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about it. Shout out to Team F Sib in the building, holding it down.
Peace, Sib.
Everybody that's on Twitch, all the other platforms, YouTube Live.
Buy a badge, share the live. Let's go.
Guys, share the live. Buy a badge if you want. Today is brought to you by Positivity Water, also uniquely coordinated. Check my family out. What is
Shout
up
out
with
to Unique.
Gunna and Young Thug getting denied a bond?
Listen, bro. Again, remember, primaries are coming up. It's voting season. There's a lot of shit again, I don't want to turn this shit into conspiracies, bro. We could be here all night, but, they're not giving them bonds and shit like that. You got Megan lying about, I don't know, bro. Like the law and shit and things that are occurring right now are too hard to kind of measure and quantify, man. There's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes that we will never know, but I really couldn't tell you, man, what the hell's going on right there.
Yeah, I think it was too early to ask for a bond when you're dealing with a RICO situation,
He's not going anywhere, though. At the end of the day, I don't think so. I'm not wishing bad on the man's name, but he ain't going nowhere. Yo, but let me ask you this. Let's switch gears real quick.
What's up?
So shout out to you. We already know, we talked about this briefly, Kevin Samuels, but they keep dragging Kevin Samuels' name in the mud. And that, now it's like there's no love in these streets, man. So now YouTube is talking about his funeral. Like, they were insulting his funeral, saying that it looked like a cheap ass funeral for a man who claims to be high value. It just goes to show you, man, that nigga can't rest in peace, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, anything you do, they could talk about your red studio. They could talk about my dark-ass room right now. But at the end of the day, it don't really matter because people will talk no matter what. So it's important to kind of live your life and make the mark that you want. But YouTube is devouring this man. They will not allow this man to rest in peace, bro. Crazy.
I mean, that's the world, man. The world will definitely judge you. You know what I mean? And speaking about judging, man, I appreciate the world and my fan base not judging me for what they heard this past weekend on the Vlad TV and with Tony Ayo. Tony story, everything was accurate till it led up to the point of where he talked about his street team in Miami. Now, let's get something straight. Whatever they were discussing about, this situation was 2 decades ago. So I get it as somebody that's interviewing somebody. You're going into time and how they went through things and stuff like that. I get it. I do it too. But like I said, when it led up to the time where he was talking about his street team and his exact words was, his street team was getting beat up. Y'all remember DJ Epps? You know what I mean? Y'all remember DJ Epps? They were beating him up in alleys and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, hold up, man. When the fuck did that ever happen?
Hold up, bro. That's why I know. I didn't know you were gonna bring this up today, but real quick. So
I didn't want to. My mom told me don't even.
Right.
My mom told me don't even express it. But at the same time, I can't let the world sit there and hear something that puts me out there like a punk. You know what I mean? Like that never happened.
So basically, they were saying that their street team was messing with your street team.
They were saying that Fat Joe's street team was beating me up and my street team. That's how I took out of it. As I was looking at the comments, a lot of people thought they were saying that I was beating up their street team.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I was like, nah, bro. I know that was cat.
I just want to make it clear to everybody, there was no beating up from nobody. Fat Joe, Khaled, Epps, nobody in touch, nobody. It never happened. It never will happen. And if it did happen, you got to understand, this alone, it wouldn't end up being a 50 Fat Joe thing. It would have been a Latino against Zoe thing. Because there would have been one phone call to the Zoes, and Miami would have been on fire. Boricuas against the Zoes, or whatever the case is. Khaled against Epps. It would have been all of that. But it never led to that. So, no, it never happened. For a couple of reasons. One, I'm not that type of guy. Everybody knows I'm not that type of guy. It's not going there.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I turn my head, it's not because I'm a punk. It's because I got family to feed. And I'm not worried about
You got too much on the line. Yeah. You got too much on the line.
Two, you know what I mean?
It don't make sense.
Fat Joe himself, you know what I mean? Before all of that, mad cool, and it's still mad cool. Like, I didn't talk about his family. I didn't burn his house down. I didn't, there's no beef and never will be beef. So it never will happen. And what artist do you know would beat up a DJ or a street team and then go give plaques? You know what I mean? Let me, you know what I mean? Haitian heritage, man. I had to do it. But at the same time, who gives plaques to DJs that they beat up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let me, if you want me to be brutally honest, I don't see no G Unit, 50 Cent, Tony Ayo, Young Buck, Lloyd Banks, plaques over here in my crib. The one nigga that gave you guys sales in Miami, the one nigga that fucking fought and promoted G Unit in the belly of the beast where you guys have problem in that one market, who got them fucking sales up? Your boy Epps did. So it was disturbing to hear my boy Yayo say that and want to stick by his words. You know what I mean? I had to talk with Vlad, and Vlad was like, yo, why are you saying that? I said that. I'm like, I'm not saying that you said that. I'm just saying that it was said on your platform, and your platform is pushing it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to blame the person that said it and the platform. Period.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And if you guys are gonna continue saying that, some false thing about me, then now I know why, everybody talks bad about your platform. Now I know why everybody talks bad about you. Now I felt the vibration. You know what I mean? I see why.
I just feel like, and like I said, man, again, I'm still very new to this industry and being on camera, being outside and shit like that. I just, for something that didn't seem like it was major, if let's say it did occur, let's say, right, it wasn't major, why bring it up 20 years later? What was the significance? If it was petty and it wasn't big, why bring it up 20 years later? That's why I was a little confused. But again, remember, you can things. I didn't see the video in its entirety, but I saw clips, and sometimes clips can be misconstrued. But I know that you tagged them and you clarified and you try to clear your name. So if there hasn't been any clarification on their end, then so fucking be it. At the end of the day, your day ones are gonna ride with you, and we ain't gonna just take shit from face value. If we wasn't there, then it didn't happen. So that's it.
There you go. But yeah, just to clarify that to the world, Fat Joe, Khaled never put their hands on me. It never happened. So if you don't want to stick by his guns and his words, understood. But the real truth is right here, coming out of my mouth. My mouth. Right. Yo, AB, thank you for hanging out with me today. You know what it is. Want to thank Ruff Endz for hanging out with us today as well. It was a great show. And next week, like I said, we got Digital Underground, Young Hump, and Money B gonna be in the building with us. It's gonna be crazy. So make sure y'all tune in, man. Big shout to everybody that was in the live.
Make sure y'all.
AB.
Word. Make sure y'all go to my YouTube channel.
Let them know.
Yeah, go to my YouTube channel, Alpha Villains. Each and every morning, Eastern Standard Time, finish your breakfast with AB Morning Show. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all next week.
You know what it is. Thank you, AB.
Peace.
You know what it is, man. Follow my guy, Alpha Villain, all right? And also, do not forget, all right? We're going to Mexico, August 10th to the 15th. Bring your own bottle, BYOB Fest. Going to the festival, yep, in Mexico. Not Cancun, all right? In Mexico, August 10th to the 15th. Get your tickets now. You don't want to miss out on that, man. It's going to be crazy. Also, New Jersey, I'm coming for the Artist Experience Saturday, June 18th. Doors open at 7. Shout out to my man P. Dot, uniquely coordinated. Everybody going to be in the building, so am I. That Saturday, we're going to be there, man. If you want to poly, you want to talk, if you want to build, I'm going to be there. Make sure you are there as well, all right? July 30th, Roomba Fest. Everybody's talking about the Latinos coming out, hanging out. I'm going to be the only Zoe in the building. No, I'm bugging. We all going to be in the building. Joely, Randy, a lot of people. Kiko Crazy, Young Chimmy, and a whole lot more will be in the building. Roomba Fest in Jacksonville, Florida, July 30th. Something you do not want to miss out on, all right? It's going to be a problem. And like I said, August 6th, Rock the Bell Festival, Queens, New York. August 6th, Queens, New York. August 6th, Queens, New York, Forest Hill Stadium. I'm coming. LL Cool J's Rock the Bell Festival, gonna be crazy. Ice Cube in the building, Jada Kiss, Lil Kim, Rick Ross, Scarface, Nori, Diplomats, Diggable Planet, Trina, Fat Joe, Remy Ma, and a whole lot more. I'm gonna be on the 1 and 2s along with Mr. C, Scratch, Z-Trip, Roxanne, Shantae hosting it. It's gonna be a problem, all right, man? Once again, man, we wanna thank Ruff Endz for coming out on the show today. Thank you, Uniquely Coordinated, along with Positivity Water, sponsoring the show today. And you guys have a good night. And thank you once again for joining me for the #1 DJ show on Instagram. DJ Epps and Friends, Monday to Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Everybody on Periscope, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, I appreciate y'all. You guys have a good night, all right? Love